And suddenly, the house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire.
Hey everybody, and welcome to White Family Farm. I did a new intro video. I set that up. I'm sorry, and I'm not sick. I'm just kind of like have some dry something or another going on here. So past couple days, my son has been super sick, and it's been interesting around here to say the least. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Sorry, my contact is messing up and it hurts. Thanks for coming in. Grow Big TV. Rebel Canners is here. Sarah Boss, thank you for being here. I appreciate ya. And yeah, that's who we have right now. It's okay. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my contacts. It's driving me crazy. And my dogs are playing. It's driving me crazy. Look at them. If it's not my son coming in here, it's the dogs. We have a new baby gate put up. It is way taller than the last baby gate, so he can't crawl up over it. So, and I think he knows that, so he's just chilling down there. So I got that. Oh, I got Rebel here. Boom. What's up?
Hello. Oh, the lighting's bad.
It's okay.
Oh, lots of excitement today. Lots of fun.
Yeah, super excited about the news. We shared the news. We need to start doing the Blue Ribbon Canning Show again. If we can, we kind of squeeze it in somewhere. We got to figure out a time where we can both do it because we got some things coming up. And super excited. Go ahead, Tammy. Go ahead and announce.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything yet.
Oh, okay. Then we won't announce. You just
Should we just tell them to save the date? But I don't know the date because I don't have it written right here. So I believe June 19th and 20th. It's a Wednesday and Thursday will be the food summit again this year. So Superb is putting on the Food Independence Summit, and it will be in Ohio in Millersburg.
Yep. And I'm super excited. That's the news I wanted to share. The other news, not so much yet. Okay. I get it. But yeah, it's going to be in Millersburg, Ohio. And usually they have Justin Rhodes headlining it. And it'll be Rory Feek will be headlining it as well. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. We've got to meet these people now. Hopefully it'll be like our third year in a row. So I'll just, I'm hobnobbing with Justin Rhodes now. No, I
got to meet Rebecca. I was more excited about meeting Rebecca. Sorry, Justin.
It's just a lot of fun, you guys. It's a lot of fun to meet everybody. And there's more than just Justin Rhodes there, obviously. Yeah. There's other YouTubers that come to that event, TikTokers, YouTubers, whatever. They all come. Hey, Bushcraft family, thanks for coming in. Hey, Arsenic, thanks for coming in. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. Plus, it's super exciting because Superb really does have the best lids in the industry. Yeah. And it's June 19th and the 20th, Camp Patton. So it's just going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go and see. By the way, Tammy is doing a big speech this year.
I'm nervous enough as it is.
And I can't wait to cheer her on. I'm not going to embarrass you, but I'm just super excited for you. It's really big for her channel and really big for her. Like, that's awesome. If you guys been to the event, or if you've seen video of it, usually the people that headline the event that talk, that are the speakers, are people like Justin Rhodes, and Roy Feek has a speech, and like usually people, and now it's going to be Rebel Canners.
So instead of fangirling, I'll be the nervous one at the podium.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to meet everybody again and have a great year. And I'm so grateful. I don't think Tammy understands how grateful I am to have her. She lets me tag along for this event.
Oh, no,
and I'm just excited.
I drag you along with me because I need support. And you are like so nice to come with me. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys being here. I'm
extremely intimidated when I am there, you guys. These people are like the heads of all industries. Like, you have the head of All American there, and you have the head of Superb, and you have like all these major corporations. The head of Layman's is there, and just so it's really, really, really intimidating to be around some of these corporate people. Tammy's like, "Hey, what's up, John? How's it going?" And I'm like, "Hi, John. Hello, sir." I get all nervous, but yeah. So, yeah, it's just gonna be super exciting this year. Okay, so we got Shawnee Shab in the house. We have Grow Big TV. I already said that, I think. But Viper, what's up?
Viper.
And Brampton Gardner's here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, so we have a huge event going on in June. It's the 19th and the 20th. If you guys are in Ohio during that time, you want to purchase tickets or something, I don't even know how to purchase tickets.
Hold on, because I'll have a discount.
Okay.
Discounted tickets for people.
Okay,
so don't buy them yet. I'll get it. I get a discount code. It's coming in the mail.
Oh, okay. So when Tammy's ready, she will announce that, and then you can get a discount. It is for 2 days. Mm-hmm. So the ticket is kind of pricey, but I think included in that is a meal, isn't it?
I don't know, because we've never had to buy tickets.
I never had to buy tickets, so I can't tell you. But
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the meal, they have like Amish make a wonderful meal.
Oh, it's so good.
For everybody, and I'm pretty sure that's included in the ticket price. But not only that, like, you get to see Joel Solin. I'm pretty sure he'll be there. He'll be demonstrating how to butcher chickens. There's just like a lot of stuff, and I got to meet him, and I got his autograph, and I like got to hang out with him. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So yeah, it's just everybody that you ever looked up to on YouTube is going to be there. You know,
it's just exciting.
Yeah, so pretty excited about going, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that wasn't the main purpose of me going live, though, y'all. So, but we just found out that news today, and there's going to be other news. Tammy has to announce it later on when she gets permission to, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So, and we're going to probably start up the Blue Ribbon Canning Show again, too. It's just been hard. It's been really difficult. I'm doing Grow Big TV now. I'm trying to do my channel still. It's just been really, really difficult to make other people's lives and stuff like that. And my son has been sick the past couple days. Let's just say extreme diarrhea. Let's just say it's been like the past couple days, it's just been horrible. But I'm getting through it, and hopefully I can balance all of this stuff that I have going on with the YouTube world and my actual life. So the garden, however, is number one. I mean, obviously my son is number one, but maybe my garden is number two in my life. But my family is first, and then my garden is number two. That is the most important. Yes, Bushcraft Family. It's in Millersburg. It's not really in Millersburg, though, is it?
Well, that's the closest town. It's
in Berlin, isn't it?
No, it's in Millers. The campground address is Millersburg.
Oh, okay. So it is in Millersburg.
We stay. Yeah, it's all like right there.
Yeah.
Superb is in Sugar Creek, and then sir. And so it's all right in that general area.
Yeah. So everyone is super nice. We have a good time. They usually set us up in a hotel, and we get a hotel for like 4 or 5 days or something. Yeah. We'll let you know, Bushcraft.
Bushcraft, we'll talk. Maybe you.
Oh. I don't know what happened to you. Hey, Minty! Minty Cactus is in the house. Minty is here. Hey, Minty. By the way, I share out Minty Cactus because I absolutely love her. I love her personality. I like the way she talks to people. She has a really good following, and the people in her chats are always super friendly. I really like her vibe. So if you can go to Minty Cactus, give her a thumbs up. She just has a really good vibe, and I love her channel. So
I will be right back, but I don't know if you heard me because I had a call come in.
oh, I didn't hear you.
Don't buy tickets yet. Talk to me. We'll talk.
Yeah. If you want tickets for the event, they're super pricey. They're like normally like $50 or something. But if you go through Tammy, she can hook you up. So just wait for that.
Yeah. So I got to take a call. I'm going to step down. I'll be right back up. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. So, yeah. So if you're interested, wow, I hate being so big, like so big that you can like see the pores on my face. That's not cool. Okay, we're good. Got to go babysit the grandsons. My daughter is working this afternoon. Okay, no problem. Hey, Connie, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Hold on, let me pull up my YouTube chat. It's really hard to read the chat on my streaming service. Sometimes I don't really know what's going on with that, but let me pull up YouTube and read that. Thank you guys for coming in. So the main purpose wasn't to talk about Superb, though. I'm really excited. I am waiting for my affiliation papers, so I'll be affiliated with Superb and be able to do all different kinds of cool stuff and hopefully give out more lids and stuff like that. So I'm super excited about that. Come on now. YouTube is, oh, I'm not even on the right channel. Switch account. Switch the account. You guys, I'm 30 away. Thank you for all subscribing to my channel, by the way. I really appreciate it. I'm 30 away from 1900. I want to get to 2000 here before too long. That is the goal. My videos have been doing astronomical. Like, I have a hydroponic video out there that has like 1,000 views or more. And I just put it out not too long ago. So I'm like, woo! And there's just a couple other things. Let's see. I don't usually go through and check. I haven't done it in a long time, is check my views because I haven't been on as much. So I haven't been checking them. But when I go back and look at them, I'm like, holy crap, my jaw drops with how many views I have been getting. It's kind of insane. So the hydroponics, how to set up a hydroponic system for cheap, that has 1.1 views. My other videos are doing really, really good as well. I have some, let's see, I was just looking through these the other day and I couldn't believe it. Oh, now it's not going to show me. It's going to be a pain in the butt because I tried to like share them with people and say, hey, this is what's up. Okay. We have a, covering, like a covering that we put over our lettuce, in the garden. That's at 1.4 views. I have some that are on I think 1.6. I have views on a video. So not all of them are super high, but some of them, most of them are in the 200s, 300 view range. And I'm just super grateful for that. I work really hard for my videos. And so I'm just really grateful for all the views I've been getting. So thank you so much for watching my content. I have a canning video that I did for the French cut beans. That's at 300 views from using Superb lids and stuff like that. Just really, really excites me to see that. You guys have no idea. So thank you so much. Let me pull up this live that is not showing anywhere. Okay, so I wanted to actually talk to you guys. I didn't even put a thumbnail, so why do they always do that? Like, my face is always like really weird. I don't like that. Hit the thumbs up, y'all. Make sure you do when you come in. I really appreciate it. I got 9 people watching. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk about was the garden and how I'm going to do things this year. Okay, so we had talked about it, my husband and I, and exactly don't really know what we're doing yet as far as planting. We want to set back our planting date by quite a bit because last year we had such an issue. Usually our frost date is around May 8th. And last year, like we planted the weekend after, I think, and we had like 3 more frosts in between like May 16th and May 30th of last year. And I do believe it was because of forest fires. So we had like just a lot of things that were like setting back the garden this last year. So I think what we're going to do is push back our date and start planning things maybe a little bit before Memorial Day. And I'm slowing down and I don't know why. That was weird. So I think we're going to plant things just a little, maybe the weekend before Memorial Day and get all of that out. I also I don't know if anybody's had any experience in this. There she is. But I'm also going to succession sow. Hey, I hate that. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's like so up close. Why does it do that?
I don't know.
Like
it doesn't count every hair in my nose.
That's funny.
If I had nose hair.
But I don't know if you guys ever succession sowed anything, but I want to do that with the tomatoes this year that we're going to be growing because I want to have tomatoes all summer long, which typically we do, but I want to get huge bumper crops. So that is maybe my goal this year to kind of maybe plant one week and then do another tray the next week and so on and so forth. So they're a little bit behind each other. It may look like we have a huge garden, but we really don't. I do not have room to rotate a lot of stuff. So it was really, really, really good to know. I got this from Brad from over at Brad Gates over at Wild Boar Farm. He said that you can plant tomatoes in the ground in the same area at least for 3 or 4 years without any problems. And I have been because I don't really have room to. Oh, good. I'm glad you can see. Hey, Ninja. Thanks for coming in, girl. Because I don't really have room to rotate. If I did that and I rotated it on the other side, it would be waterlogged because the one side of that's why mainly why I have raised beds is because that area is so wet.
Yeah.
And the corner where my ducks are right now, there's like a huge pool of water. There's a pool of water there because that's where all the water collects. And so we just put a livestock pond in there and put some like rocks in there to hold it down. And that is like a pool for the ducks. But hey, what's up, Guardian? What's up? So that's why we just have loads of water. And I've tried to plant onion like before we had the raised beds. I tried to plant onions in that corner. I tried to do everything in that corner, and it just gets so, especially in the spring, if we have a lot of water, it just gets completely waterlogged, and I can't do anything with it. So, that's why we've done raised beds there. So this year we're gonna pull up the cattle panel fencing. I have a ton of that cloth on the ground. We're gonna pull that up, and we're going to fertilize the crap out of the ground. And put all that in there, do some natural, maybe put some microbes and stuff in there. And then we're going to put it all back together and then plant our tomatoes in there. So I don't know what that is going to do. I'm sure it's going to give us an okay, but we may get giant tomatoes. I know the first couple years we planted tomatoes in there, we had tomatoes that were 12 foot tall. So It was insane. Yeah. Tomato lane. They got so heavy that it ripped the cattle panel fence off of the posts, and it still stood up because all the plants were holding it up. That was the year that everything went crazy. It was like an insane thing. And we had cherry tomatoes and like all that kind of stuff. And you know how those can get. They can get crazy. Just more dirt and compost to feed it. And in the containers, I flip the dirt and add more every year. Yeah, we haven't been adding. We did the egg and the whole thing. We do that quite a bit, but freaking raccoons just, I don't know. They went nuts. I'm never, like, we must have had a whole family. We had 74 tomato plants in the ground, and they pulled up every single one. And they didn't destroy them. They just pulled them out of the ground and then ate the egg that we put in the hole. And then one ate my rose bush because I had watered it with fish oil, fish water or whatever, fish fertilizer. And it ate my rose bush. I was so pissed. I was so angry.
It's open season at my cabin on those things.
Oh, they're just all over. And it makes me so mad when I see the videos of people feeding them. If you don't have problems with raccoons, then you'll never understand because they eat my chickens. They are just nasty, foul creatures. And so they got in the garden and ripped everything up. I was pretty pissed.
I wish they would just stay in my garden. They like come into they try to get in my cabin.
Yeah.
While I'm in there.
That's horrible.
Weird. They're very bold.
Yeah. Just not cool. Yeah. I agree. So raccoons are just, not cool to have around here. Plus, we encountered one not too long ago that I'm 99% sure had rabies, and we had to take care of it because it was just not right. There was just something wrong with it. It was very lethargic, walking around in circles, just not right whatsoever. So raccoons are not our friends.
They also get distemper. They get distemper more than they get rabies, and that
could have been it. Yeah. There's the link if anybody wants to come up. Oh, what was that? I am Misu. Okay, that's fine. You can subscribe all you want. Just don't cause mayhem in my chat because I'll just delete. We put scraps in compost and the coons eat it there and don't mess in the garden. But we got fencing up to keep cats. Hi, subscribe done to your channel, sis. Okay. Cool. I don't care if you subscribe, just don't cause mayhem in here. That's all. But we got fence. Yeah. I got a fence up around too. I don't want cats in my garden. I don't want them pooping in my beds. That's horrible. I don't really have any cats. Like I had the neighbor's cat that comes over, wanders through the back field every once in a while. So Joy's just got a lot of exciting things going on that we're talking about. Like we want to get a greenhouse and we're going to get rid of what we have and put an actual greenhouse there. Right now we have a hoop house that we have right now. And so we've had it for like 4 years. And it's just not doing, it's starting to get dilapidated and, just not working anymore. So we were looking today for a greenhouse. So Bootstrap Farmer has some really good deals right now. But the thing is like, you have to buy all the fencing for it, like all the metal parts, because they don't ship that because it'd be so expensive to ship that, but they ship everything else. And so you would just have to, find a fencing company that would sell you the metal poles to put everything up, which is fine. So Bootstrap Farmer so far has really good deals. Plus I really like Bootstrap Farmer. So
could you use your existing hoop house?
No, we would tear that down and put the greenhouse there. Yeah. So, and then we're going to get a chicken coop and put that in the back. We already have that. We're already getting that in place. And we're moving the chickens out of the barn. We're going to redo the barn. And then hopefully next year we will get pigs.
Oh, good luck with that.
So that's the plan. We want to get 2 pigs and put them in one of the larger stalls.
I love and hate pigs at the same time.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not. It's not going to be. I don't know, but Dustin really wants to do that for me, and so yeah, that's what we're thinking about. That greenhouse was a game changer for us. It's just a small one from Harbor Freight for like 130, but I want a bigger one now. Yeah, yeah. Once you get a taste of a greenhouse, like you so want another, like, you know, you just, yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have, yeah. I have a hoop house that we made about 4 years ago, but it's starting to dilapidate and stuff like that. Oh, you're from Solomon Islands, huh? Cool. Cool. Well, thank you for coming in. I know where that is. So, cool. I actually just watched wasn't a great show, but I watched a show about Solomon Island. That's cool. I try to keep up on my worldly countries and stuff, but it's pretty cool. That's kind of like down by Australia. Like there's like islands, you know, down there. So, okay. So what else? Oh, yeah. We got a lot of things. We planted our cabbage, so that's out there. And it's been horrible today. Like, I don't know why the weather has been so horrible, but it's super windy today. It's supposed to be down in the 20s tonight. It may snow.
It's like 5 degrees with a negative wind chill. It's bitter cold out there.
Yeah.
And it was like 70 yesterday.
Sucks.
What's up with that? And there was a tornado in Michigan last night at midnight.
Hello, Troppa Tom's Recap. Thanks for coming in. How did you hear about us? All right. Please give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. Okay. Bye. I don't know how to pronounce Meimasu. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I'm horrible with pronouncing things. Hey, our treasured home. Thanks for coming in. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta fix something on this live. The other day, I got trolled really bad. Like, really bad. And I started noticing my numbers going up, which was really odd. We had a tornado in Ohio also. Yeah, I saw it. I saw, like, was it in Columbus? I can't remember what I saw. But yeah, the weather here has just been horrible. And today it's super windy and it's cold and nasty. Gonna be 20 tonight. And I need to start a fire. I haven't done that yet. I've been cleaning the bathroom and I hadn't had a chance to start a fire. We had tornadoes around us this morning. We were in the basement from 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
That's horrible. There we go. That's what I needed to do. The other day I got trolled really bad. And so it is the season of trolls, but still it just kind of made me mad because it kept me from teaching people what I wanted to teach them. I had just harvested a ton of carrots and I was telling them about it and I was cleaning them and stuff in the video, like in the live, and doing a live with that. And then some like 25 people came in and thought they were being really cool and they weren't. So, all right. So
There's been a lot of that going around in different chats.
Yeah, Springfield through the east side of Columbus. Yeah. Our treasured home. Are you from Ohio? Sorry, I didn't know. I had no idea. Springfield, that's like 4 hours north of Dayton, Ohio. Let's see.
Oh,
My
okay.
palm tree that I planted a few years ago finally had blooms. Oh, that's really cool. Do you guys know anything about comfrey? The reason why I ask is because I had planted some comfrey. I know some deer ate it because when I went back out there. Oh, you're from Columbus? Oh my gosh, you're not too far from me. That's cool. I'm in like the Canton area, Ohio. between Galloway and Hillard. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I just sorry. Anyway, if you, my comfrey doesn't look like it's going to come back. Do you guys know if it completely dies off in the wintertime and then comes back?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So I was down there looking and I was like, oh man, there's like no sign of life at all, no leaves, nothing. So maybe it'll come back. And go ahead.
The leaves all turn brown and like it's gone, and then the roots are like huge though underground, and they'll just send up new shoots in the spring.
Oh, okay, cool.
I also know that you can grow it in straight wood chips and it'll still grow.
Well, that makes me feel even better because I've kind of neglected it. I thought deer had come around and ate it, and I didn't see any life. So
I healed mine into the wood chip pile because I didn't know quite where I wanted to plant it out at the cabin when I moved from the property to the cabin, and it's just growing out of my wood chip pile like crazy. And yeah, I need to find it a real home.
It comes back after it warms up. Okay, good. Because last year was the first year that I ever planted it, and I planted it by my plum trees. And yeah, so I'm super excited. I want it to multiply. I want it to be all over the place. So I was just worried that it wouldn't come back.
Oh, you can't kill it. And if you dig it up, you'll get another one where you dug it up from. I mean, it's like it can grow back part of a root. Yeah.
What do you have? Something you shouldn't have. You should have went to your cage, girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about.
I have the kind, I think it's the Russian that you only transplant from the roots, but some of them that have seeds that'll spread everywhere from seed.
Oh. Yes, and I really wanted the Russian kind. But I didn't know that you could only do that with the roots. So that makes me feel better that I didn't get it. I just have the regular that has the little purple bells that come up.
So does mine. But it's still spread except from the root. Yeah.
It's almost as bad. Oh my gosh, I have lemon balm in my herb bed right now. And we were like out there, I was looking around, seeing what was going to pop up, and I had lemon balm like all over my bed. I'm like, I just have it everywhere. That and that stupid pineapple mint, I really wish I would have never planted it. It's like all over.
Bushcraft, I have the other lemon balm seeds that I showed in my video. I bought more at the store today and more oregano because I can, and I did, and it's going to go everywhere. It's going to be bad. But I use my lemon balm a lot.
Yeah. I use my oregano all the time. I harvest tons of it. I have this oregano that I got in a greenhouse. They called it spicy hot, but I don't really know what it's called. But it smells like pizza. It is to die for.
I think I got some of that from you last year.
Yeah, I sent you home some.
Yes. So I have that, and I have wild oregano that is like ground cover out at the property I put in the food forest. Nice. I don't know if it's someone scattered the seeds and it came up. When I plant ID it does say it's wild oregano. When you smell it, you can see it and smell it.
It smells delicious.
And so I have it growing out there, but for the challenge I had to buy seeds. trying to not be a whole rebel and follow the rules.
That Mexican oregano, oh my God, I use it on everything. That's what it's called, I assume. It's spicy. They called it spicy hot oregano. But you literally, when you harvest it and you smell it, it smells just like pizza. It has that. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I remember. Yeah.
So I have a ton of that, and it comes back every year, and I use that for everything. And then I have regular oregano that's in my herb bed. It's called Zoltar. I don't know. I wanted to say Zoloft. That is not it, guys.
when you say Zoltar, I think of the guy in the little box that I don't know what horror movie it is, and you put a couple quarters in and he gives you your fortune. But
that's the movie Big.
Okay. Zoltar. Okay, Zoltar. Yeah, from Big. Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, it's just regular oregano, nothing fancy about that. But I have it in my other bed. I like to have an extra bed full of herbs that I don't typically use, but I will cut them down and give them to my birds, my chickens, because it's really, really good for them to have extra herbs for stuff like that. And I also have parsley out there that's coming back. I have, oh my God, my biggest mistake last year. This is funny. You know how Baker Creek had the Black Prince Snapdragon? And last year I did this theme where I was like, oh, I want all my flowers to be black. Because I'm just weird like that. I love it. And I love black petunias. I love all that. And by the way, I can never find that beautiful black petunia anywhere. It's always in the greenhouses, but I can never find like the seeds. But anyway, I was like, oh, this is gonna be my theme next year. By the way, I didn't realize that snapdragons come back.
Yes, they do.
Like I'm in trouble. I am in so much trouble. They're everywhere.
And that's the one that wasn't black either, was it? It was supposed to be black, but they weren't all black.
They were like a velvety red.
Yeah.
They were nothing beautiful. Like the picture. They were pretty. But yeah,
they were beautiful.
Like the picture.
Yeah. But I remember because I took pictures.
I am in trouble. I'm going to have to rip them out. I'm going to have to. Because they're in my pots too. And like, they didn't die until like 3 weeks ago. Like, die off completely. They were still like, raring to go, and I'm like, how come you didn't die? Like, so they're
so I can plant new flowers. Die.
Yeah. Major problem.
When you rip it out, put some in a pot, and I'll take it home in June.
Well, this is funny. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna I gotta get pots. Those little plastic pots are perfect for everything, and you can buy them for really cheap on Amazon. So I'm gonna get that because I'm in Garden Club up here, and like they do an auction every year. So I'm like, I'll just like plant some of those in pots too. And I'm just, oh my gosh, you guys, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess this year. I'm like dreading it already because they haven't really died off. Like I did clip some of them back and stuff like that, but I'm gonna have snapdragons like you wouldn't believe, which is fine. It really brings in the pollinators and the butterflies and everything I want, but that's not the only thing I want in my garden. I'm kind of scared right now.
Pot them up and put them out at the stand next to the eggs. People will haul them off.
So I don't know. That's just absolutely craziness. And yeah, and that, and I for some reason I really love roses. I have a huge rose trellis, and that thing's healthier than ever. And I bought one year, I think it was Walmart or something, had those little mini rose bushes. My mom always said that those things are way hardier than a regular rose bush. And I don't really know why, but she always said that they're way hardier than a regular rose bush. So one year I bought like 5 of them because they had them for like 99 cents a piece because they're just those little teeny mini. So I planted those everywhere. And I have rose bushes. You wouldn't believe.
Beautiful rose bushes.
Oh, it's insane. Like, I'm just scared because of that. And then I planted carrots, and I got carrots everywhere out there, and they're only like this big. I just had a lot of oopsies.
Okay.
I shouldn't.
Okay, see, and this is not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to tell me that bed is all reseeded with lychee tomatoes.
Oh, that'd be hell. And you know that's going to happen.
I know. That's why I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Really.
You guys out there, do never plant a lychee tomato. Never. You will regret it for the rest of your life.
Those things, I have never been like looked at a plant and been scared. I mean, I grew up with a cactus. My mother bought a barrel cactus, and she hauled that all over the United States with us. Like, we lived in a camper with a cactus that was like huge, like a gallon size cactus.
Oh my God.
All the time growing up, like you walk past it and it'd reach out and grab you. No, I mean, in the house, in the camper, that thing lived with us. Okay. My mom loved this cactus. I have no idea why. All right. I lived with cactus. I have cactus is hardy to zone 3. I planted it outside my daughter's bedroom windows. I love the cactus there. Those lychee tomatoes scare me to death. I'd rather run through a blackberry bush than
Yeah.
be anywhere near those. Oh, those things were horrible.
You guys, and they're hard to
Okay.
harvest because they're a husk tomato, but they have spikes everywhere, even on the husk of the tomato. So collecting them for anything is a pain in the butt too. It was
Yeah.
horrible. It was horrible. And we
They
tasted
look,
it and it wasn't good.
and they have spikes like a black locust. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
talking. You can take these things and turn them into sewing needles.
Hey, happy
They're
man.
like, they're huge.
Yeah. They were huge and nasty, and you need leather gloves to do anything with them. And I mean, it was great because they have these beautiful white blooms on them, and the bees, the
Oh, yeah.
bumblebees specifically, just loved it. It was great. But they were like 12 foot tall with these huge ass spikes on them, and
Like-
yeah, it was horrible. It was, hey, what's up, Guardian?
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing? Are you well?
I'm doing good. But yeah, don't ever, I mean, if you, okay, I'm not one to ever say, like, don't plant that, plant it. I'm just warning you. Like, it was hell. Like, don't.
It would make the perfect home security defense system. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was nasty
Nope.
for sure.
Nobody be climbing over that fence.
And the tomatoes were not worth it. I tasted it. I was thinking since it was husked, it would be more like a ground cherry or something delicious. And it wasn't sweet at all. It wasn't even worth it for the sweetness. And they advertise that you can make pies out of them, and they're just so sweet. And they were not sweet at all. So just an FYI, don't ever plant the lychee tomato. It was bad.
Do you think it might be more hardy than other types of tomatoes? Do you think that that's why?
Yeah, I think maybe it could very possibly been maybe an original tomato of the plant world with all those spikes and stuff. Like, I don't know. It was just really, it was very bizarre. And it kind of was as big as a cherry tomato plant. It got really big, but it just had these huge spikes. Like, I had planted basil and stuff underneath my tomatoes, and I couldn't even reach my basil without getting hooked or scratched or.
Well, yeah, it's a brilliant companion plant. The basil for the tomatoes, like they really do grow so well together. Specifically, the way that I've seen the larger tomato plants, and then just kind of gives that protection to the basil underneath as well. And it's just it's an amazing partnership between them two. And then I've seen a lot of change in the type of weather that we were experiencing. So I'm just going into a bit of a season where I'm actually quite excited because I've got a whole new I've got quite a bit of ground that I want to use to plant in as well. So that's always a fun thing to think about what I'll be planting for the season coming up too. And then I'm wanting to really test plants that are very hardy, that don't require as much maintenance, because unfortunately with everything else going on, I'm needing something that'll be vital for like a long time as well.
Yeah, it's like you need a food forest.
Yes.
Yeah, I
You
know.
need like something with plants that stay, that come back every year or whatever, Yeah.
Minimal
That's amazing.
care.
Yeah.
If you could do that, creating the food forest, I think, is the hard part, right? Like, obviously, it's the
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be really hard for me because I have no idea about any like pre-annual or annual plants that are in Africa.
Rebels saying no. Let's hear your opinion.
no.
That's very interesting. Go for it.
No, because Bill Mollison, the creator of permaculture, actually designed it for Australia. So it's actually harder for me to adapt it to North America than it would be for you to pick up on the plants that are native to Australia and have them in your native country. He
Very
actually designed it for arid regions.
Right.
So it's actually to reclaim a desert. So it's actually more designed for you than me.
That is incredible. So, like, what would be the best direction that you'd suggest for me to start off and looking at implementing that? Because obviously,
If you could
we
get
we have a bit of space.
if you could get your hands on the book Permaculture 1 by Bill Mollison, it tells you everything point by point what to do. I'm sure it's still in print. It's written like a textbook. It just tells you, and it tells you the plants and how to plant them in coordination with each other, how to use animals to take care of your plants, and it breaks it down. Like when you talk about zones, you usually mean like growing zones, but it breaks it down like zone 1 is closest to your house, zone 2 is further out, zone 3 is even farther, 4 and 5 as you have space to get away. And it really tells you, like, plant your herbs next to your kitchen door. And then it says, okay,
Right.
now that you have herbs next to your kitchen door, plant an apple tree in your backyard, put these plants underneath it. That's the ones you need to attract the pollinators. And it literally tells you step by step how to go.
It's part, yeah, that whole thing, I think, as well, is part of where you make your life according to what you want out of your life as well. You make your life and the habits that you want to include in your life a lot more easier and not harder. So
Yeah.
in whatever you're doing like that, where you're putting mints and herbs right by your garden, right by your kitchen as well, so that you can access them so easily. Not only that, but because you use your kitchen so often, then you have the ability to just be right there by your plants too. So I mean, yeah.
And food is medicine. If you go out there and you're getting fresh herbs, you're going to be living healthier and be healthier than if you have to walk, even 50 feet to go get them. We're all lazy humans by nature. So the farther I have to go to collect those herbs, the less frequently I'm going to do it. It's just not going to get done. Where if I have them right next to the door, oh, I'm cooking, I can just grab some fresh herbs. I'm going to do it because it's so good for me and tastes so good. But if I have to walk out to even Courtney's backyard, if I didn't plan on it that morning when I was out there, I probably won't. And it's not that many steps from her back door to her backyard.
Well, laziness, as you're saying as well, laziness absolutely drives a large amount of innovation through society in some ways as well. And like being somebody as well that understands both sides of being lazy and being like super hyperactive and being an energy bunny and stuff as well. So like both of them, I think that it's time and a place for everything too as well, to a degree. Yeah. But that laziness itself, I was going to say something about that specifically. So the laziness, yes, this is it. So human beings pretty much will do anything that we can to make sure that we can be as lazy as possible inherently across the board. So what you're saying is absolutely true. Like it really is. So you got to try and make it that, and that's where it also synergizes with making things easier and more convenient within your life to fulfill the habits and the purposes that you want to fulfill, rather than going, against it and upstream. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, though a lot of my garden's really close to my back porch, so I don't mind going out there and getting the things I need. My problem is like I don't like cold weather, so if I have to go track out there in some cold weather, I'm more likely not to do it.
Wouldn't you be able to make, for that specifically, wouldn't in that situation it make more sense to almost have like a greenhouse type of, with maybe there's different type of ceiling that you can also perhaps put in, where you'd be able to have maybe a herb garden, but because of your cold weather, and understandably I don't know anything about this, so I'm just completely pulling like strings. And so what I will say is, wouldn't it be possible for you to have a bit of a herb garden type of area, the size of a standard lounge, where you'd be able to have like an outdoor room and then grow herbs and grow like, those type of things in there, and spices and stuff, like in a area like that? Is that possible?
Yeah, it is. I just haven't done it yet.
Okay. No, that's a good answer as well. Like we were just speaking about it, it is these things that we want to do. I'm wanting to put a grapevine, for example, between the two houses as well, because we've got two houses on the property, and a grapevine between them would just be amazing. It provides shade. It's amazing for just for having the fruits around at all times as well. So it's great. But yeah, to do it and to actually put the bars up, it's always been a thought. The thought's there, but always something else that's a bigger priority. That's the problem.
Yeah. So how have you been?
Very good.
You extremely tired. Are you tired? Is it really late there though?
It's 11:15,
Mm.
and I woke up at about 5, and then I start with my fitness journey stuff very early in the morning, and then I do a full work day as well, where I work obviously in the safety environment. So we're able to, if anybody's listening, it's always very interesting that we're capable of reducing the amounts of incidents that take place in the workplace. And when you say that I look tired, that's exactly what my career is in every way. So understanding fatigue in the way that I do, I wouldn't say that I'm a fatigue specialist, but it's part of our career to understand it completely. And yeah, so what we're able to do, what we're capable of doing, and what we have done in many different verticals, is we're able of reducing the amount of incidents that take place by understanding in a predictive manner what the alertness and the fatigue rate of the workforce would usually be. And in that way, we provide management and superiors, like the staff, supervisors and management, with the capability to understand exactly where their workforce is at all times. And then it reduces incidents, but it also increases productivity by a large margin. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And then for myself, it's just, I've also come back from a 2.5 hour workout session where I've recently started to include my weighted 8 kilogram. I don't know what that is in ounce, the conversion for that, but it's a nice weighted vest that I'm using at the moment, and I do my push-ups with that. And then also, the fitness thing, I'm still very much part of that. And you asked me the worst question, what's happening with me, and then now I'm just rambling on. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm looking it up now to pounds. Let's see. So It says it's 17 pounds. So that's pretty, well, it's probably more like 18 pounds, but that's a lot. So you're wearing a vest that's 17 pounds?
Yeah, it's really good. It definitely helps a lot. So it helps a lot with the push-ups, makes them feel more extensive. Well, that I've got to exert myself more. So I enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
So how's the family? How's the baby? And how's everything going? Good?
So good. My little one is getting almost 2. She's almost 2 now. So she's very busy. And it's also maybe why I'm a little bit fatigued, is because, there's been a whole bunch of situations that have occurred recently as well that happened to my mom, my biological mom. And I won't go into that type of stuff, but she was going through some stuff, and she's better now, so that's a really good thing. And I think for myself as well, just Kay has been really good. So Kay is around here. She's gotten a lot more into fitness. She's working out right now at 11:15. We have very busy and active lives in every way, and we live in a very proactive lifestyle. So we try to, in every way, fulfill what we want to out of life. And I'm not saying that, I know it sounds cheesy, but I think for myself personally, I've just had a large amount of loss over time, and that's allowed me to really value the days that we have. And also, there's this horrible thing where if you look at all of the days in the blocks, if you put all of the days of your life in these blocks, and you look at a sheet, and you mark off how many days that you've lived already and how many are expected for you to live, that puts things into perspective. And then you just start to I'm almost 40, so that's not even, I know I'm young, I realize I'm very young, I get it, but
I'm almost 40. I just thought about that the other day. I'll be 40 in a couple months.
What did you say, Rebel? You wish you were 40?
I wish I was 40 again. You guys are babies. I have kids your age. Almost.
I'm not ready for it yet.
if you want to, we can chat. I'll go into a little bit deeper down into a rabbit hole about how age is actually really not something that we should even stress slightly about, because of technology and medicine that is really making huge leaps and bounds in the right ways for us to live comfortably to 150, for example. And you can say that that's nonsense. When people hear about it, they say, no way, whatever. But it's very, we can chat about it sometime if you want to. I do that. I really
I'm not sure
love
I want to
it.
live that long.
I don't think I would want to.
Really?
Really? I really don't know that I'd want to live to 150. I mean, I want to
There's
get to 100. Don't get me wrong. I want to get to 100. I just don't know if I want to get to 150 yet.
Wouldn't you want to go see more countries and go and like experience like a whole different, like you could go and live, you could think about what you could do. How much time do you have left? If like, right, for me, that's all right. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of countries that I don't really talk about. I've seen every state in the United States except Hawaii and
Wow.
Alaska.
That's
And
awesome.
I have seen nearly all of the provinces of Canada. And then I've been to a handful of other countries. I don't know if I want, I did my travel young. I already got to do all that. I've already had a lot of full life experiences that people don't get. You see, I had cancer at age 16.
Okay.
And so I started living my life young. And I have a whole different perspective than other people. That's probably why I'm a rebel, because I look at life differently. Yeah. Life's too short to not live it.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah. That's
I would
true.
I would love to go camping with Tammy one time, because Tammy is like so hardcore. And two, I would like to hike the Appalachia with her. I'd have to be
I'm
extremely
up
fit
for it.
that.
I'm not in shape for it, but I've started walking again, and I want to do it. I don't think I'll be able to do much this year, but I would like to do another 15 miles of it this year.
Yeah.
And 15 miles. I don't hike the whole trail. I'm not doing 2,200 miles.
Though I
But
can't
I want to do 15 miles a year until I die. So
I can't
mine might have
promise
to be
you anything.
150.
Like, if I were to see a bear, I may just hide behind you.
Oh, that's okay. I'm ready for it now. See, I slept in the cabin.
Tammy.
The last time a bear chewed on somebody on the Appalachian Trail, I slept in the cabin the next week that he was in. I'm ready for it. I am hardcore. But you'd have so much fun hiking.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to do that. It'd be great. I gotta wait till Fred's a little bit older, though. It's just been, ugh. By the way, okay, so I had a talk today from one of his speech therapist people that we're gonna take him to a separate speech therapist place on top of what he's getting in school. So he's gonna get a lot more speech therapy. And I talked to him today, and I told them originally that I didn't want them charging my insurance, because my insurance is crap as far as that is concerned. And typically they charge through the nose, and they were only going to cover 20 sessions per year. And my deductible is like $6,000. So they were going to charge me through the nose until I reached my deductible. And I told him, I said, I'd rather just pay out of pocket. So they figured it out, and it's only going to cost me like $60, $62 a session or something. Like, I can handle that. That's no big deal. So anyway, I was kind of mad that they had ran my insurance. I was like, don't do that. I don't. Oh. Hi, Moon over Miami. By the way, I see you in here. It's good to see you. I came in your chat earlier, but my son has been sick the past couple of days, so I had like a little emergency, so I had to leave. But anyway, I'm just excited to get him in to speech therapy and this other place. But my life is going to be hectic, really, really hectic, and especially over the next year when he's going through the speech therapy. It's going to be insane. I'm just stressed out because I'm going to be running here, running there, and he's already in Boy Scouts. We have a Boy Scout meeting tonight, which I don't think he should go because he's been sick the past 2 days. He probably shouldn't go. I don't know how I feel about that. I got to talk to his father and see what's going on.
I don't know if I'd send him with what he's,
Yeah, it could be extremely catchable, and then I give it to everybody there.
Not only that, it's also that with scouting activities, they're usually highly physically intensive, well, to a degree at least, even like with the walking and small hiking and stuff like that as well. And a lot of it, sometimes I remember, with myself as well, as a cub and a scout when I was younger too. And like I remember if I had to like do anything like that when sick, it really does lower your spirits and stuff as well. But see how he feels maybe close to the time as well. See you guys will be able to trust your intuition as well as parents, and just trust your wisdom. And then
they're doing some kind of boxcar racing, and so they have a boxcar for us, and we have to set that up. So I don't think he could do that. I don't think he could do that tonight, and it's something Dustin would probably want to do with him, and I don't know. I'll have to call them and figure it out.
Dustin would love that, of course. Yeah, it sounds like a great time for Dustin.
If you need the medical slip, as a former medical professional, I would say that you should be 24 hours symptom free before you rejoin the general populace and expose everybody to that.
Yeah, and he didn't go to school today, so yeah. So I'll probably have to call them and figure it out. And it's just frustrating. I'm so much running around I'm going to have to do.
But we can take Fred camping.
Yeah.
When we go camping, we need to do that. We need to stay at that campground that has the great big Sasquatch out front and says
yes, yeah, in Southern Ohio.
We need to go where there's forget the bear. Let's go Sasquatch hunting.
I've always wanted to do that too. Do you guys have Bigfoot in Africa? Or Bigfoot myths or legends or anything?
We have what did you say, love?
We've got real animals.
Yeah, Kay said we've got real animals.
They're not worried. The Bigfoot got eaten by the lion. Not anymore.
So the thing is, there's a lot of very interesting stuff culturally here when it comes to the stuff that some people may say is taboo in a way, but I wouldn't even say it's taboo being from here because we're so used to it. But so if you want to, you can look up and you can bring this up if you want to on the side, and you can take a look at it just for a moment, but you can bring up the Tokoloshi, which is T-O-K-O-L, so O-L, Tokolo, and then O again, so T-O-K-O-L-O-S-H-I, Tokoloshi.
Oh, it spelled it differently. T-O-K-O-L-O-S-H-E.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay.
Kay is correcting my spelling. My apologies.
That's okay. I wanted to make sure that hold on, let me share this.
Yeah. There are many, many, many stories of this.
Oh, it looks like the Mothman. Looks kind of scary. Mischievous evil spirit that can come and become invisible by drinking water and swallowing a stone. Tokoloshis are called upon the malevolent people to cause trouble for others, at least harmful. Tokoloshi can be used to scare children, but its power extends causing illness or even the death of a victim. Ooh.
There are a lot of, I don't mean to be tinfoil hatty about this, right? But there are more stories that I've heard about people that don't have a reason to make the things up that they would speak about this. There's just so much to it that, look, I believe in it, absolutely. Like, I don't even have a shadow of a doubt that I believe in it. Like, but I'm just saying, it's, it's, you can call it what you want, whatever. But I'm not saying that myself. I've seen anything, but I have enough credible accounts to know that. And there's so many places that get boarded up heavily for that specific reason too. They put salt in the corner of rooms as well. They put their bed on bricks so that their bed is elevated high enough so that it can't reach their bed.
Is this a voodoo thing?
Yeah.
Or is it just a?
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head.
Okay, it is.
It's
Because with the brick and the salt, that's why I assumed. But-
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it also sounds like the Welsh and the Scottish little people, and then the Hawaiians also had a mischievous little person too.
It's
Right.
mischievous
And
little
so-
brownies.
Yeah, brownies. That's the name of one of them. Every culture throughout history has had a story about things like this. That's why I find it interesting that cultures that were oceans apart, obviously not talking to each other. I mean, the Hawaiians were not talking to the South Africans or the Welsh, or maybe the Scottish and Welsh were talking back and forth. But, cultures that weren't talking to each other still have these same very similar stories throughout time. And that's just weird to me that you have to kind of give some kind of credence to it when there's so many.
Yeah, there's absolutely things that there's a lot of things that we don't understand. There's a lot of things that we don't understand in the world. There's a lot of stuff that we would be foolish to claim that we know what is real and what isn't about
This
a lot of things.
might sound super ignorant of me. Is voodoo really popular in South Africa?
More than you'd think, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. So it's like a mixture
I
because I
thought
thought
that was
they had their own thing. So I was just like confused. That's all.
I thought
It's
that was
their
a
own.
Jamaican-
It's their own thing. It's not voodooism. It's not voodoo. It's not voodoo. That's like the South African Sangomas are witch doctors, and they practice witchcraft. Well, so it is witchcraft in essence. There's a lot. It runs very deeply culturally, and it's something where, being raised here as well, you learn to respect and understand. And I know that you guys are also very respectful to other people's cultures, which is something that's why maybe why we've been friends for such a long time. Because it is nice to just have people that are mindful enough of the fact that we are different and we grow up in different places and stuff. And it is something that is definitely quite rich within the cultures. Yeah. So, yeah, there are things. So I'll tell you guys something if you want to know some fun stuff. There are people that rob houses, and they go to the witch doctors and they get given like serums, if you want to call it that, and they scale walls and like do what you'd call parkour type of stuff, but like do it on a next level. And the cops, it happens so often that the cops call them wall jumpers. And what they'll do is they'll jump from walls to like houses onto gutters, run across to like another gutter, look at what's in people's backyards, be able to run between houses, avoiding the dogs, being able to run on barbecue walls that are like that thin. Like there are things that I've seen some of that stuff. So I'm also part of I assist with roadblocks and stuff sometimes. I'm also part of the local crime prevention and stuff like that as well. So I won't get to explain too much detail about that, obviously online. But we do set up roadblocks and that as well sometimes. And one of our recent roadblocks, we had a couple of we were pretty much undermanned and underpowered in every way, because we only had 3 vehicles there that were doing roadblocks, and we had caught there were quite a lot of people that were way over the limit and that were driving without licenses as well, like completely vehicles. Long story, but we were getting more and more passengers in the vehicles, and the vehicles were filling up. And when one of the officers that's unfortunately just a little bit shorter as well than the rest of us, she's very like a tough officer too, but she is quite short. And you saw the opportunity when she was putting one of the guys into already a full, pretty much almost a full van. And when that happened, they bust open the back of the van. And the way that one of these guys specifically, the look in his eyes and the way that he ran through the bushes, like he didn't.
So
like,
this is a
run,
drug that they're getting from the witch doctor, basically.
I would,
Some kind of an adrenaline, obviously, some kind of.
yes, I would say it would be around that. Definitely.
Yeah.
And just the way that he was able to clear, like to run, sprint straight through thick, high bushes, like that doesn't make sense. Like scientifically, it wouldn't make sense whatsoever for them to be able to clear like the bush like that. Run right through it, like as if it doesn't exist.
That's scary.
And then police dogs as well, not able to catch this guy specifically because he just ran through the bush, like in a way that you wouldn't believe. Anyway, point being that there's a lot of amazing things about South Africa. And one of the most awesome things that I will say is because of where we're at and how we are, we don't have some of the same problems that the first world is currently facing. And I really mean that when I say that. Like we're grateful to have a more rough upbringing in certain ways, and the crime rate's really high, the unemployment's through the roof. Corruption's everywhere too. But the thing is that it's what we know and what we've grown up in. And because of those certain things, we don't get impacted. It flies over our head, like all these first world problems and stuff. The youth and the generations as well that are coming up, I see a lot of entitlement when I look at the rest of the first world at the moment as well. I see a lack of mindfulness. And I'm not speaking about everybody, I'm just speaking about like what I'm seeing in the modern world. And compared to, it wasn't like this before. That's why I have like the American star on my chest still, because like I still believe in what the United States stands for. It's just that there's a new generation almost of people that are extremely entitled and believe that everything must be owed to them and that you don't need to work for anything in this life, and nothing is owed to you, unfortunately, and everything is like attainable if you just really do work extremely hard enough. And like you just got to, there's so much that I could say on this matter, but I won't. I'll stop there. I'll get off my soapbox now.
But yeah, I find the witch doctor thing so intriguing, and
Have you
I would just love to see that. Just like, I think that's so cool. Like, not the drugs part, but I would just like to witness it and look at it, and like, I just find that so fascinating. Go ahead, Tammy. What were you
Have
saying?
you ever seen the movie Medicine Man by Sean Connery?
Yes.
I absolutely love that movie, and it is South American based, like in the jungle rainforest of way somewhere South America, and they're burning the forest as he's trying to meet the people and find out what the medicine man has, and they literally burn the cure for cancer in front of him.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah,
And and then
sad.
he goes, the medicine man comes and says, "We found a new place that's safe for the people. You can come with us." And he actually goes further into the jungle, away from where they're building this road, to come in and basically just loot the rainforest, and hopes to find that cure for cancer because it can't be synthesized. And that's his whole job, is working for a pharmaceutical company, finding new drugs they can use. But
Fascinating.
I just absolutely love that movie. Absolutely love that movie.
I think there's some I think it's plausible that there is definitely, cures for things that they've hidden because of, quote unquote, big pharma. I don't sound like a tinfoil hatter in this evening's chat, but I'm being serious. Like there's profit to be made from people being sick, and I know that we're not supposed to say things like this, but like I know that in recent times very much so too, but we can't trust the people that are making money off us being sick to make us better.
Hold on one second.
Yeah,
My dog
they released. I don't really want to talk about it on Courtney's channel, but the
Yeah,
Weather
we shouldn't.
Channel, the
Yeah.
Weather Channel released a thing saying that the thing that they were most trying to get everybody to take has now been proven to have so many side effects by people who took it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm,
even
I'm
the
so
news has turned
cautious.
around from a couple years ago and saying, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
frustrating, that's for sure, because now you don't know who to believe anymore.
Yeah. And everything
Yeah.
cycles like that. Oh, eggs are full of cholesterol. Don't eat them. Oh wait, they're really healthy for you. Oh wait, don't eat them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best
Now, see,
and
that's another
greatest
thing is
thing.
like
Don't eat it.
growing,
It's not good for you. Oh, it really
yeah,
is good for you. It's not good for
growing
you.
up,
I
that's
mean,
all you heard is how eggs are horrible for you and whatever. That's all you heard. And then all of a sudden, like, you should have 12 eggs a day. They're that
yeah,
good. Like,
No,
it's
no.
ridiculous the change back and forth.
hey, Green Granny.
The way that you would resolve that, right, would be that you would look at the countries that are doing the best in terms of the blue zones. So the blue zones across the world are the areas where people have the longest longevity and vitality to their lives as well, where they live the most, beautiful and wonderful lives just based off of a health perspective. And if you Google the blue zones, it shows you all of the zones in the world that are the blue zones where people have the most healthiest age and where they age into old age in a very fruitful and graceful way. And I definitely think that that's the way to do it too. And the way that you would do so is by understanding and looking at what the diet is of the people and the lifestyle of the people in those blue zones, replicating it as much as possible within your own life. And then obviously understanding that as long as we're learning new things, as long as we are being active, that's where we stay young no matter our age. We just can make sure that we are staying, that's where life also is still interesting for us, because we should be, looking at like ways to improve our lives in terms of knowledge as well, because knowledge will always keep us young, no matter how old we are, right?
I was reading up on this particular one medicine. It's just like an herb that's supposed to, it's like it's an herb that's equivalent to metformin. I don't know if you know what metformin is, but it is a diabetes drug. And there's an herb out there that is it's metformin derived from it, basically. And you can take that herb and it will help you with diabetes naturally. What metformin did is it took this herb and then they added a lot of extra crap to it. And so when they did that and mass produced it, then more people get horrible bacterial infections, all these different other side effects that if people would have just taken the herb to begin with instead of the drug that was supposedly supposed to be, it's advertised basically. Since it's advertised so much, people just take it and they don't think about it. They're like, well, that must be the cure-all for it or what people need to have. And so, like most medicines derive from some kind of herbal supplement or herbs, and then they take it and they make generics or, all different kinds of stuff. Chemicals. They add chemicals and stuff to it. It's crazy. I didn't know that. That's how they did it. But they do. And it's crazy. It freaks you out a little bit.
Happy Mac, I've totally eliminated margarine. There's still margarine in this house, but I won't eat it.
Yeah, I don't eat margarine. The only thing I eat is butter. And I don't know how my cholesterol is or anything. But
here's a fun fact about that. There was another girl at my employment who ate super, super, quote, healthy, followed all the current health trends.
Winnie.
And she would take salads for lunch, and she was just like, everything was like super healthy. According to them, they that tell you how to eat. And I'm coming in with my butter and my bacon and my, steak and my eggs and, making my meals at work. And everybody has to go get their cholesterol taken. Everybody that works there has to go have their cholesterol taken. In order to keep your insurance, you have to have your cholesterol taken. Mine was perfect, like immaculate. and all I ate was butter and real food. And she ate all the healthy stuff, and hers was super high. In fact,
Yeah.
she had to go through a class. She had to go through all this stuff. Anybody who didn't pass the cholesterol test had to take all these classes and do all this other
Oh, it's
work.
horrible.
And she was like, I don't get it. I do everything right, and I'm super high, and you do everything wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I think you need to look at who's telling you what's right and wrong. And she didn't believe me, but I firmly believe it was because I ate real food and
Yeah.
not processed food.
And there is a huge what Ginger said, synthetics are not for human consumption. That is another reason why I'm highly against GMOs. Another reason. But synthetics also, like, I strongly believe it raises your cholesterol and lowers your good cholesterol. It raises your bad cholesterol, lowers your good cholesterol. And I believe that messes with your brain and can give you Alzheimer's.
So do microplastics, which I know that it's a term that has potentially been like overused somewhat, but really microplastics are in absolutely everything. And when I was speaking about, like, we don't get as many of those first world problems, this is another topic that we don't get impacted as much. We still get like the same, like, we still obviously are not eating the healthiest and the best of the foods. In fact, some of our healthiest and best foods goes over to you guys, and you can look into it. Like, some of the most amazing food that gets grown around here gets exported to the US. So, like, when it comes to like that side of things, sure, but we also get a lot of local, stuff that's grown around here that is really healthy and good for us. And we have the lack of microplastics because of that. So, like, a lot of the ways that, like, not everything comes in plastic bags for us, as opposed to how I've seen it in other countries where they really are heavy on, like, the plastic being everywhere throughout their daily life. Like, we don't
Plasticking really bothers me too. Like, for example, I haven't done it in a long time. Snapple tea. I love tea. I love any kind of tea. I loved iced tea. I would drink Diet Snapple peach tea. It's my favorite. Always come in a glass container. You get a 6-pack of it. It's great. It's wonderful. It tasted wonderful. It was my addiction when I was pregnant. I love it. Recently, because of everything that happened, the pandemic or whatever, Snapple went to plastic, right? So you take a big swig of your peach tea and it tastes like shit. I'm like,
the flavor completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't what I'm like, where's the glass bottles? And that's the only reason why I really even liked it too, is because it came in a glass bottle. And most things that come in glass taste 10 times better. And it was just recently, how, I don't know if you know this, but recently it was like over Valentine's Day, people were freaking out over the Stanley Cup. This Stanley Cup, and it was supposed to be like the best cup ever. It keeps your drink cold for 24 hours. It's the best thing ever, right? People were fighting over it in Target, the Target stores that we have here, fighting over it in the aisleways. And recently a study came out that those Stanley cups have lead in them. I'm like, I'd rather just drink out of the glass. Just
never had those that's you see. Like, it's another
I'm not fighting somebody in Target over a pink Stanley cup. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's the problem with things that haven't been tried and tested in that way. And I don't know, like, it's I hope that it hasn't had too much of an impact and influence on people's health and stuff across the board, because something like that could definitely be a problem. Lead isn't, we're not made to consume it, so yeah.
And Ginger, it's funny that they are trying to, but I was talking, who was I talking to? I think it was talking to Gina from Cosmic Cultivators a while ago, and we were talking about that stupid Stanley Cup, and she's like, most of those cups have lead in them. It's been tested. And I'm like, I didn't even know that. So we were talking about that, but then that study came out not too long ago. So anyway, and she's like, yes. And she's like, now they make glass water bottles. She's like, you can fill it up, and then they come with like a sleeve or something that you can put over it to keep it, like if you dropped it or something or hit it on something, then it wouldn't break. It's just like a little protection whatever on it. And I'm like, that is ideal. I'm like, I would love to have a glass water bottle that I can just have for myself, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But there's just so many things out there that they're just trying to poison us with. It's insane.
Wouldn't it be susceptible to breaking? Like a lot easier if it was glass?
I would think so, yes. And we talked, I'm like, how would you keep that from breaking? And she's like, most of them come with that sleeve that goes over top of them that keep it from breaking. So
They make like a rubber sleeve.
Yeah.
They make them for mason jars, and then you get a cork
hey,
lid that has a hole for a straw.
thanks for coming in,
Yeah.
Stock Explorer. By the way, for those of you who don't know, B and Joe started Grow Big TV. We'll be going live tomorrow night. He mentioned it in the chat, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a grow guide on peppers, which I need to really listen to this grow guide because I suck at growing peppers, like regular bell peppers and stuff, not the hot ones. Bell peppers, I'm horrible at. And so, yeah, watch tomorrow night, 7 p.m. And hopefully we will give you the inside scoop on how to grow peppers. What's up, Dark Star? What's going on?
That's really useful. Peppers are amazing.
Yes, I love
It can be used in
peppers.
so many different foods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every time I talk about peppers, though, I want tacos. I want tacos so bad.
Joe sent me these. They're purple cayennes.
Oh, those are cool. I love
Yes.
cayenne pepper. It tastes so good. It's hot, but it's
Mhm.
just like has a really good flavor.
Well, I love to grind it and make my own spices. So I'm excited.
I'm jealous that you just had tacos. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm going to run to the kitchen. Just give me 2 minutes. You guys are making me hungry.
Okay.
Oh,
Dark Star, that's so funny. Guardian is from South Africa as well. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a member as well
Yeah,
to White Family Farm.
Dark Star she's got 2 names, and you often see her in Chris's chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are making me so hungry. I'm gonna have to get off of here. When Guardian comes back, we'll talk a little bit. But I have to get back to what I was doing. I'm cleaning the bathroom. What's up, Lewis? I went live because I need to start creating a pattern where I start going live. Unique prepping. Thank you for coming in. That's the first time I've seen you in here. Interesting. So, have you been to my channel before? Interesting. Cool. Thanks. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have. Duh. I know who you are. But your name has changed, Zach. Good to see you. I'm subscribing again. Apparently, I got unsubscribed. And a follow.
I hate it when they do that.
Me
Why
too.
does YouTube do that?
Thanks, Zach, for coming in. I hurried up and went to your page and I saw you. I know it's you. Thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate you.
Hey, Zach. It's been a really long time as well. It's good to see you. And it's also cool to see some new people in the chat that I don't have the pleasure of knowing yet. But yes, and also Marshmallow Man, good to see you, buddy. And that's interesting, being from South Africa. It's a rather interesting country, right? And there's a lot of us that are interacting with people throughout the world as well. And I think that's one of the amazing things about the internet, right? You get to connect with all sorts of different, wonderful and colorful people out there. So.
If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have never got to know you. So I'm grateful for that because you guys have been awesome and you're great friends. And I'm grateful for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the friendship as well that we've, developed over time. And unique prepping, it's been way too long, Zach. It's definitely cool to see you around as well. And I know that Rescue's channel is doing quite well. If you ever want, I don't know how close you guys are with Rescue, but Rescue's a good guy, and his channel's doing quite well. So if you wanted to unique prepping, you should go over to there. He does stream sometimes too.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody in chat. Thank you so much for coming in. It wasn't really a big chat, like I was just trying to let people know what I was going to plant, how I was going to plant it this year. I'm super excited. We're doing a lot of different things this year. One of them is market garden. So I'm going to be selling a lot of my produce, which is really important to me. But yeah, so we just got a lot going on as far as that is concerned. And I was talking about my son a little bit, and it's been crazy. I'm just like, I get a little scared when I feel like I have to do a lot of things. Does that make sense? Like, when I feel like I have to run here or run there. I got to pick him up from school and do this and that. I just feel like I get super overwhelmed and I get nervous about it. I don't know why, but I do. And I feel like I have to do that with him, and I'm a little scared.
Right. No, I can imagine. Like, I can imagine just how fast-paced, like, the day-to-day, events can be as well. For myself, I really do live off that. I thoroughly enjoy when things are very busy and when there's like a lot of things that I need to have done. Like, I like it. Like, I like having a whole set of responsibilities and making sure that I can get as much packed into the day, so that at the end of the day, even though I look tired, which I am right now, like, I know that I've had a successful day, and that's a pleasing thing too.
You're being photobombed there, Quirk.
I know. I see her. I'm gotta let her outside.
She is being so naughty right now.
She is. Winnie, where are you at, girl?
Oh, Winnie's up there with her. They're both up there.
Yeah.
They're both in the chair.
Okay, so what? Hold on, Corky. Could you please talk about your veggie selling exploits sometime? Yeah, I can do that. It's not a problem. I probably won't do it this chat. I mean, I don't consider myself a huge success or anything. I have a stand in front of my house where I sell vegetables and eggs. I do that, and then we did a farmer's market with Tractor Supply last year. And I had a really good time. But my problem is there's so many mandates and state regulations on selling eggs, which piss me off because I can't just go to a farmer's market and sell my eggs. I did anyway at that particular farmer's market because there wasn't really anybody there regulating anything, which was fine. But like, if I go to some places, they want it in a cooler. The cooler has to, or the refrigerator. Your refrigerator has to be in a generator, and your eggs have to be at 32 degrees or something stupid, 36 degrees, or I don't know. But it's just frustrating for me because then I would have to buy a refrigerator, buy a generator, and do all this to sell eggs for $3 a pack. I don't have an industrial chicken business here.
I can walk into my farmer's market in Michigan, and as long as they're sitting on the count out on the table. So why?
So my mom-in-law recently started to sell eggs as well. So I'm just wondering, what is the best way to kind of keep them? Like, I know it seems like a very silly question to ask. You cool dark place, basically, right?
All right. The best way to keep eggs is to not wash them, because washing the eggs actually sends the bacteria from outside the shell. It takes off the bloom, which is the protective coating laid on the egg by the hen when she lays it. And to put them pointy side down in a container, and you can leave them anywhere from 30 to 60 days on your counter. And you do not have to refrigerate them. In America, they mandate that if you sell eggs, you should wash them with a solution, take all the bloom off, at which point you've introduced bacteria in the egg, therefore you must refrigerate them. And they only keep in the refrigerator 30 to 60 days tops anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, You know, eggs are designed. The hen waits till she gets about 30 eggs in a nest, and then she sits on them and grows them. They're designed by nature to be good 30 days or more before they ever start incubating. So they're already protected. That bloom protects them. It
Yeah.
protects them from the bacteria getting in. So if you make sure that your eggs, your nests where they're laying are clean, and you keep them very, very clean, you shouldn't have to wash your eggs. But don't wash the bacteria into them.
My eggs, I don't wash the bacteria. I rinse them, wipe them off, put them in the things. Because if I would just sell them as is, people wouldn't buy them. My birds are messy, nasty creatures, and I'm not gonna lie, they shit all over their eggs. So I usually, if they are really bad, I just throw them out. I don't even bother because I can't even. But for the most part, I rinse them, wipe them off, put them in the containers, put them in the refrigerator, and they're good to go for people, my customers. But if it's us, I don't really. I mean, I just keep them in the egg basket. So I've kept them. But in the summertime, you have to really watch because if it's been out there for a while,
Yeah.
they get rancid. They get gross. But yeah, the poop thing
Yeah,
is
the
really.
last thing you want to do is sell that to like a customer and not know because they're eggs, because you wouldn't really know until it's too late, I
You
guess.
open it. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you don't want to spoil your name, but spoil the eggs really. So
Yeah, really. Yeah, but yeah, there's so many regulations. So I just sell. I have a cooler that I put them in, and I sell them at my house. And yeah, so that's that for that. Reminds me of when I lived in Alaska. Federal mandate to take out a certain percentage of pollutants by municipal water. The water was too clean, so they dump in the fish and then remove them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It. I don't know. Some of these things just don't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, that and a lot of people water glass eggs. By the way, that grosses me out. Like, I don't think
I don't. So yeah, you can preserve eggs up to 6 to 9 months in a lime pickling solution. It is just water and lime, and you put them in this solution, and you want the cleanest eggs possible because of course you don't want to grow bacteria in your solution. And it's not very much lime to water, and then it becomes like snot. It's just disgusting to put your hand in there to pull out an egg to rinse it off. And I'm going to tell you, if you leave it the whole 9 months, it tastes like lime anyway, so it's not even very good to eat. So
yeah,
but people
and
do it
my
all the
eggs,
time.
my eggs are never clean to do that. Like,
Mhm.
you can't wipe the bloom off because that's what helps preserve. So my eggs are never clean. I'm not putting crappy eggs in a jar with like
Yeah.
what?
I mean, I've done it, and I've ate them, but I just don't like putting my hand in there to pull them out because it's just like snot. It's like yuck.
Yeah, I wash my eggs, and then I don't wash them. That's another thing. There's a difference between washing and washing. I don't take some soap and scrub the crap out of my eggs. No, I just I have a strainer. I put all my eggs in the strainer. I get the sprayer. I spray them off. When I spray them off, I make sure that there's no nastiness on them. And then I take a paper towel and then I wipe them and then put them in their containers. I don't take some soap and scrub the shit out of them. But you're not supposed to do that either. I don't think it doesn't help with the bloom.
If you're selling them to like the grocery store, you're supposed to put them in a special cleaning solution, which takes all the bloom off. And,
yeah.
And eggshells are porous. They let air in and other things.
A homemade water bubbler. I've seen that before. I was just afraid that it was going to possibly break my eggs. All right, you guys, it's getting late and I'm sorry. I know you wanted me to stay on, Billy, but I can't. I got to do some things and finish up the bathroom. I had to clean I had to clean the bathroom head to toe because of my son being sick. So I had to just make sure everything was spotless. I don't know when I'll be able to go live next. Maybe tomorrow during the day, when my son is in school. That's probably the best thing. I'm sorry, Wickshire. No, what happened?
I'll tell you what, I want to try to give away those memberships. I'm going to try one more time. I'll go live when Courtney goes off just for a couple minutes and see if I can give the memberships away.
There you go.
Really quick. But it won't be like more than 10 minutes and then I'm out of here.
Okay. Well, Tammy's going to go live after this so she can give away her memberships. So there y'all
If
go.
I can, I've tried twice and failed. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll try it on the computer this time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have that option. Membership gifting. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Oh, I said I already did.
Yeah, $5 a month. How do you do it? It's on the computer.
You go in where it's the money sign.
Uh-huh.
You hit the money sign and it says at the bottom membership gifting. You click on that and then you go all the way to the bottom and it'll pop up free memberships.
All right, I'm going to try on the computer. I've tried. First I really goofed up. I tried from StreamYard. Then I tried from my phone. It wouldn't let me do it. So let me try from the computer. You guys
Thank you guys for continuing to be members to my channel. I really appreciate that. I just want to continue to grow. I'm 30 away from 1900. And then after that, it's 100 sub countdown till I hit 2000, which will mean it'll mean a ton to me. So we're on a road right now to 2000. That's where I want. So thank you guys for coming in. Continue if you can to be members. It's only 99 cents a month here for Wide Family Farm. Don't forget Tammy's going on next. Thank you, Guardian, for being on. We love you to death. And I thank you for popping up. And I think that's it. So thank you all. And we will see you next time. Don't forget Grow Big TV tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Bye, y'all.